Hello, this is a tutorial for the Glass Cage's Impossible difficulty. This chart isn't too bad, it's not too complicated, it's just a lot of odd rhythms. So hopefully this will help you with some of the more complicated parts, but a lot of it is just going to be practicing. So we'll get started. Like I did in the last video, I'll let it play out at full speed so you can play it at your own speed in the YouTube player. There's a lot of harpies in this one. That's definitely something that you have to get used to. And the armadillos as well. Those, even for me, still trick me up when they're combined with other enemies. So yeah, played that. Let's go back through it. So, a lot of it is just enemies next to other enemies, right? All of these are on the beat. Nothing in the gaps, so it's pretty simple. These armadillos, those blue ones are off beat and then on beat on the second hit. So just kind of get a feel for the song. Play through it a few times, you get a hang of the music.
3, 2,
so we'll
1,
play the second section there. This is where it actually gets a bit difficult. Because see, you've got all these harpies with zombies and armadillos thrown in. It gets difficult, definitely.
I'm on fire. Let's go.
So let's go back and do that one.
3, 2, 1, let's rock.
This one is mostly going to be about knowing where the zombies are going to line up. But also, a thing to note by here, you hit these armadillos into the green slime, that's fine. This armadillo, you hit that and the red one at the same time. So you do up, right, right.
In the zone.
You see the zombie and the harpy on the right are frequently lining up there. Those are the only enemies that line up in this section, plus this apple. The apples also line up with the enemies a bit. So hopefully that was good enough. You can always play the video slowed down to really pay attention to where those are going to line up in the song. There's a little bit of overlap here just to show the transition because these sections kind of flow together. Those Blade Masters are a little bit offbeat from the other enemies, so you actually have to hit them later. Let's go back to show that. By here?
I'm on fire.
Yeah, by here.
Let's go.
So yeah, that Blade Master and the Harpy lines up. Then the second hit of the Harpy lines up with this one. There's a lot of double hits in here. And because it's Blade Masters combined with Harpies, you have to really pay attention to when you gotta hit them. That's most of the difficulty on this, because these two are also lined up now. Then these three are going to be lined up. These two, you just do left up, twice. Quite easy. And then right up. These slimes, right to left, twice. So a nice flow to it. I like that pattern. And then again, all these enemies are lining up. Now this section, if you want to be really precise, the green slime is the one that hits first, and then you hit those two. Just, it's all slightly apart. I was actually doing left, right, and then up, but they're all really close together. It doesn't really matter unless you want true perfects. See, all those enemies, even when they were offbeat, they were lined up exactly. Okay, on to the next section. These armadillos on the second hit line up with the Blade Masters, so you're going to hit them once and then both enemies at the same time.
2,
I don't think I need to really slow that one down. That's just a small section. These armadillos hit them. You kind of slow down on the last hit, so you hit them 4 times and then a small gap. But I think they're quick enough that if you hit them 5 times quickly, it probably works. You get a feel for it. I'll just go back and do that section again. Slowed down a bit.
2, 1, let's go.
So yeah, you're gonna hit these together. And then this is all quite simple. So you do 3 hits on the yellow one, then 1 immediate hit on the red one, then the small gap, then the second hit. Because the red one is going to be hit, wait a third, hit.
Right on.
That armadillo lines up with the harpy exactly, but then you have this armadillo, which you hit once, and then the second hit lines up with the harpy. Same with that one at the back, because you can see they're on the offbeat. A lot of this you're probably going to want to slow down, because there's a lot of harpies, lots of armadillos, it's quite complicated. This armadillo is going to be an up, left, up. The harpy fits into the gap. And then the blue armadillos again line up with the harpies. So yeah, hopefully that was good enough. Go on to the next one.
Rock.
This bit's all quite slow, quite easy. I put it into its own bit just to not have it included in one of the hard parts, because this next bit is quite tough.
In the zone.
It's a lot of zigzags, but they look messy. So I'll show you slowed down after. That ending actually took me a few tries to get right, so you probably want to practice that one. I didn't need to go that far back. It's hard to tell a little bit with this. What are we looking at?
1, let's go.
2 or 5, just in case I need to rewind it again. So yeah, this is just going to be simply up, left, just a lot of up, left, up, left. The armadillos you're going to hit twice before hitting the second one, so yeah, you see that.
In the zone.
That's all easy. This is going to be a little zigzag motion, so up, left, up, right. Quite simple. And then that is also a zigzag, it's just that there are worms in there instead.
In the zone.
You notice I'm not going to hold those worms because this is a lot of confusion. If you're trying to hold the worms, it's probably going to mess with you a little bit. So unless you really want that score, don't worry about it. It's a lot easier to just let go so you can get the clear or FC or whatever. And yeah, it's a zigzag all the way up. So that yellow slime then is a zigzag with the bat. But then the second bat, the yellow slime's dead. So you have to be careful of that gap that you're going to get. This is going to be right up, because the armadillos are very close together. Those blade masses are lined up. I kept missing that. I kept thinking they were going to be like upright. So careful of that one. The apple behind it, you see, actually isn't lined up. So it kind of breaks the pattern a little bit with these two blade masters. A lot of it is rocking to the side. This pattern's kind of awkward because they're like, you kind of want to play it like shielded skeletons where you would just be alternating left and right, but because of their delay, it's kind of like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Obviously a lot faster than that. It's like I'll play it from a little bit further back so you can see it. But yeah, you just gotta, you're gonna be alternating and then you finish on the green slime. So how I explained in the last video, when you have shielded skeletons that lined up, you might want to end on the back enemy or the front enemy. That's how I explained that. But this one, you just got that slime sitting at the back that you want to finish on, so left arrow. That's clear.
Bring it on.
And then again, I flowed into the next section with that, just so you can see how it goes. Those bats, I always found a little bit awkward. That zigzag pattern again with the bat and slime. And again, those armadillos kind of just being a bit weird with the worm. That's all it is. So yeah, again, these harpies and blade masters, they're lining up. It tries to make it weird because it's like harpies moving every other beat but far, and then blade masters moving every beat but not far until they lunge. It's like just a lot of different ranges mixing together. So yeah, you see these bats going to move upright, and then you'll do left up as they move. And then again with those two. Then that slime before the other two enemies. Again, these are lined up. This is just a simple pattern. They're quite close together though, so you're going to do right, left, up. Yeah, right. It was right, left, up, right, up, left. So you're going to go here, then go from here across, zigzag back. Here you go. See, it's not too bad of a pattern, really. Just got to get used to it. And yeah, here you want to do 2 hits on the armadillo, immediately hit the worm as well as the other armadillo. It's quite an awkward rhythm to hit, I found at least. So I'll let you watch this bit again, so you can slow it down. I always do the down arrow on these zombies. I feel like it helps. It makes the pattern feel a little bit better. So yeah, I'll play that again. Because like, obviously everyone hates the red zombies. I've seen all the feedback in Discord. They're all like, dude, how horrible. Yeah. This bit you probably just want to practice. There's not a lot to it. You're just going left to right with the yellow bats, and then you've got the double yellow bats, which are obviously going to go to the left, and then one of them loops around, so you split it. And then this one is actually going to be those 2 bats, and then all 3 times. So yeah, it's not too bad, it just takes a little bit of practice to get used to. This part can be a bit tricky, knowing exactly when to hit 2 arrows or 1 arrow. Again, they're mixing up the ranges of enemies. It's quite confusing. That part especially with the Blade Masters, that was horrible for me. It took me a lot of practice to do that one. So yeah, I'll have a look. That harpy didn't line up, those don't line up, but the green slime and the skeleton did there. And then the harpy with this blue slime also do. And that lines up. Those line up. That lined up. And yeah, like these Blade Masters, you've got that first one lined up with the yellow slime. Then this one doesn't. Then this one lines up with the bat. It's just a lot of mixed up enemies everywhere. Just messes with your head a bit. And then you've got this little pattern at the end. It's a bit weird because it's got the bat in there as well, but it's actually just from the left, go all the way to the right, go to the left again, and then hit the skull. It's very simple. This whole pattern though, like you hit the skull, you hit the 2 skeletons, you hit the harpy, but then you've got these. The bats and the skulls. This part takes some practice. You're going to want that. So you hit them both. Then you split, then you hit the right 2. Then you do the same on this side, and you hit the left 2. Then you do the same on this side again, do the right 2. But then you do the same on this side again, but the skull's on the left this time. So you actually hit split twice, just to mess with you. So yeah, then you carry on that pattern a bit, then you've got a little break, so you're going to hit all 3 after that skull. And then you've got this same pattern again, but this time that skull was in the front on the right side. So you get that. And then this armadillo you hit before those skeletons. Just a little roll from right to left. And then all 3 for that. And then yeah, you go back to that pattern a little bit. All these enemies are lining up. And then this part, you just kind of have to keep an eye on the enemies, really. It's hard to know when to hit them exactly. But yeah, I know I was pausing a lot in the end there. Hopefully that wasn't too annoying. Yeah, just slow things down. Really have a look at how it's going to go. And then obviously do your own practice. Like, I had to practice these sections a lot to FC it. So I definitely felt myself get better. I had to record all of this again because I forgot my input overlay. And the second time was significantly easier. The practice really helps. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I will have videos for the other songs if you are interested. I'm sure you're all waiting for Overthinker to have a tutorial, so I will have that as well. See you there. Thanks for watching.